Hi, we're back, part two with the interview with Frank Dukes. Uh, Frank, we had talked about your school, the earlier interview and everything.
Yeah.
We had talked a little bit about the Black Dragon Society. When did that start?
Well, the Black Dragon Society, there's many Black Dragon Societies in martial arts. It goes all the way back to the Shaolin Temple. Okay, we can even go back before that. But, make it in a nutshell so you kind of understand. There's the Black Dragon Society and there's a Black Dragon Fighting Society. Okay. Black Dragon Society was the better known as the Kukai. It started in China by the Japanese.
Right.
It was a organization that was rather political. It murdered its way across Asia and throughout the United States. It was a secret society of industrialists who saw a way to promote Japanese culture or make Japan basically like you see the rising sun,
Right.
where all the rays of the world will come to it.
Okay.
And that's what it was really all about. They used the kumite fighting, which originally was known as Sansu, and before that was known as Bandajo.
Yeah.
And what it was is it originally came with Genghis Khan, the Mongols of China.
Really?
And then it stayed as an event, as the way he picked his officers, who could be the strongest fighters.
Okay.
The Chinese remember defeating that to promote their culture in a way to preserve their pride. And then you have to understand the late 1800s, everyone coming to China with the Opium Wars, taking over China, having a puppet emperor, and so the Chinese people, to save their culture, ended up with this event, like you saw in the movie Fearless. You see the movie Fearless, they would have these contests, martial art fights.
Jet Li, right?
Right, with Jet Li, starring Jet Li. And the guy who won that event, who defeated the Fu Jie, who's the Chinese, he was a Chinese champion who basically were giving pride back to the Chinese people because they were defeated and occupied people.
Right.
One of the guys who was giving it back, he was defeated by my instructor, Sensei Tanaka. And he was a member of the Black Dragon Society. Well, the Black Dragon Society, again, was about promoting fascism.
Right.
And in the 1960s, you had a movement in South Africa who, you have to understand, Black Dragons were also teaching, I need to back up here a bit, they were teaching like the black community and ethnic communities in the United States.
So they weren't just showing...
No, but in the 1930s and 40s, they were teaching it as a way to, their idea was when Japan went to war, if they taught these people how to rise up and learn martial arts, they would rise up and create civil war within the countries that they were trying to take over. Now these peoples, you have to understand, Japan now lies with Adolf Hitler, right?
Yeah.
And he's promoting etnocentricity, so you have this conflict going on, and then it became the Black Dragon Fighting Society to fight the Black Dragon. And that started in South Africa, and it was kind of an anti-apartheid movement, the idea of equality, and it's stuck ever since.
Right, because we had mentioned last time, you had mentioned about making me a member of the Black Dragon Society, and then
Black Dragon Fighting
Society, and then there, people like, well, which one? I'm like, I don't know. There's like, I mean, there were 2 or 3 other ones. I looked online, I was like, okay, there's a bunch here.
Well, what happened is you have all these different societies, Black Dragons. There's a lot of symbolism, but what we're finding is it's all kind of coming together.
Oh, is it?
And it's all coming together, and that's why you ended up with a thing called the International Fighting Arts Association, which, by the way, was started in 1901 when the British were there, because they had their influence in that event as well. So that's where it all came about, and the Brits went to South Africa with the event because of the Dutch. The Dutch were very heavy in Asia, and the Dutch also were, great traders in Asia for many years, and that's why it ended up in a British-Dutch colony, which is what South Africa was.
Okay.
So there's quite a bit of history there. It's real interesting.
A lot of history.
Yeah. And John Keehan, he was better known as Count Dante.
Right.
He started the BDFS in Chicago.
Okay.
It became a chapter of what was going on.
Okay.
I know we're getting longer. No?
Nope.
All right. So, anyway, so I was going to say is he started it, and he was under Robert Trias, and
Oh, he was in the...
yeah, he actually helped found the USKA, which is the history of this event that we're actually enjoying here today.
Oh, it's the history of the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. They
Wow,
helped
I
start
didn't know
it.
that.
So there's a real connection here. If you really follow the dots, the
Right.
connection, you can see how everybody's interconnected.
I was going to ask Dr. Thomas later on when I interviewed him how old the Hall of Fame is and how to get started and everything like that. So
Yeah, it was originally known as the Karate Hall of Fame.
All right.
And it wasn't until Jim and I think it was Michael J. I can't remember the other gentleman's name. He passed away in 1992.
Okay.
And it was Jim Thomas, him, and Robert Trias who started the Karate Hall of Fame. But then as Trias passed, it was his dream to unite all the martial arts at this point, not just karate, and so it became it was expanded to the USA Hall of Fame.
That is one of the good things about this organization is it's not...
Martial art.
Yeah, it's not limited to just, well, you can only do this style and this style. I told you last weekend I was forbidden to teach
Right.
tempo.
Right.
And I was like, okay. But this, everyone's sharing knowledge with each other, which is great and everything. Well, I'm going to thank you for your time, sir.
Good.
And like I said, we'll have this on the Hall of Fame section, our website. Also, we will have stuff that Frank is selling. We have your books coming out, right? Put up your dukes.
Well, what I did is I created a compendium for all the martial art instructors. We do not have a PDR.
Right.
Accountants have it, lawyers have it, every professional, but as professionals, we don't have that. So I spent 7 years traveling all over the world, and I broke all the martial arts down to what we see basically in all the martial arts in one book. And so it should be the book that I think everyone needs.
Good to have, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like I said, as soon as that comes out, that'll be on our website, and like I said, we'll keep up to date with Frank's projects and everything. Once again, Grandmaster Dukes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll see you later.